Hi, welcome back to the channel. We've not been on for a while, but we've got Land Rover Discovery 3 in today. We're going to change the near side front lower wishbone and do a bit of video, show you what tools you need and the way that we do it in the garage. So without hanging around, let's get the car up in the air and get the wheel off. So we've got the Land Rover up in the air now. Use our buzz gun, get the wheel off. 23mm socket, locking nut. Right, so once you've got your wheel off, you want to get a 32mm socket and do your sensor nut on your drive shaft. Some people will tell you don't need to take this out, but on a Discovery 3 you definitely need to take the drive shaft out. Discovery 4 you don't need to, but definitely on a Discovery 3. And then while it's down at chest height, you want to get yourself a punch and a hammer, just try and loosen up the drive shaft. That's loose now. So we'll send the car right up.
Got no screen.
Now we've got the Land Rover up, we'll show you what needs to be undone. Need to get these back bolts undone. These are the camber adjusting bolts. These are 24mm and both sides. One back here as well. Let's get a torch. As you can see, we have got new bolts in our kit, and then need to get shock absorber bolt and the bottom ball joint. So what I'll do is I'll start by giving these a bit of a wire wheel, and then we'll get some WD-40 on them, and then we'll get them cracked off. Just to show you on some of these nuts, you can see on there the rust. These are 24mm sockets that you use, but you might have to get a chipping hammer to knock some of that loose rust off to make the socket go on. So we're not going to mark where these washers are on the bolts either, because the car's going straight for tracking after. There will be a witness mark there from where the original one is, so we'll put it back to as close to what it was to start with, but as I said, it's going straight back for tracking after this. If you're using a gun on it as well, always undo the nut side, because the bolt side has got the other washer and that's fixed onto the head and you won't be able to spin it. We need a universal joint on this side. Give it a knock on, make sure that nut's sent home. Socket. This one's quite tight. Right, I think we're going to have to get some heat on this one. Suck it off. Some heat into the nut, should come off then. We've just previously done the driver's side. Just look around there. We just managed to do that one, we didn't need any heat. Let's give that a try. Right, might need a cut bar. Socket's a bit low. A small one first. Try a bigger one. We're going to leave that working for a minute and have a go on this front one. So while that penetrating fluid's working on the back one, I'm going to give this front one a go. Hopefully this one will come undone a bit better because we can get the gun directly on it. Right, so we've got that one spinning now. I'm going to get a spanner on the back, which is another 24mm. And get your punch to get the bolt out the rest of the way. Going to undo the shock absorber and the bottom ball joint. So the bottom ball joint's 24mm as well. It's a bit crusty on there. Once we crack that nut off, right, so we're going to hit this face with the hammer and that should pop the bottom ball joint out. As you can see there, it's popped out now. And we're going to go for the shock absorber bolt next. So on the back of that, it's 21mm. And on the other side should be a 24. That won't come out quite nice. So a hammer. Go back to this back one, see if we can get this back bolt out. Bring you back round. Dropping everything around me today. Come out, let's get the bar on it again. Let's get our spanner on the back. to just work it round so the spanner leans up against the wishbone itself, and then we can get a good swing on it. You can see this one's quite tight. I've previously done these on a driveway many years ago, and it's not Let's see if the gun will get that now. Right, we've got it moving now, so let's keep hold of our spanner. There we go. Same again, just knock the bolt out. Right. So we've got all our bolts out now. So we're going to pull the wishbone down. We're going to pull the hub forward, pop the drive shaft out at the front hub, and then we should be able to lift the wishbone out the hub. Get myself a pry bar. So if I just bring you around here, get a light in there. You can just see there's not enough room on the Discovery 3 to pop this bottom ball joint out without taking the drive shaft out first. So we'll get that pulled out now. Centre punch again. Bob, can you come and help us a sec, mate? No. You just pull the hub out while I knock the shaft out, please, mate. Just come down this side. Now our shaft's out, we still need to pull the hub out further, and then we can get the wishbone up and out. So if you pull that out again, Bob. Bob needs to go to the gym. That's one wishbone out. So we've got our brand new one there. I'll tell you where we get them from in a minute. And if Bob pulls that out again, we can get the new one in. Get the nut on nice and loose. And Bob's got the hub out, we'll get the drive shaft back in. You come back down, Bob, and just pop back in. And basically it's the reverse now, and we've got all fresh fixings, so it should go together fairly easy. knocking stick there, please, Bob. On top. We just want to get these roughly in place to start with, get the bolts in loose. So as I said, we've got all brand new fixings, so we'll get these put in now. We have put a bit of copper slip on the shaft of the bolt, remembering which way to put them in. These ones go in from the rear. There's my little pry bar. There it is. Just give this a little jiggle. Knock up. There's one in. These washers only go on one way. They've got two little teeth and they'll only line up one way. So you're going to put that washer on, and you've got a normal flat washer, and then 24mm nut. We'll just leave that loose for a minute, and we'll get the back one in. So this bolt goes towards the back of the car, the front one goes towards the front of the car. You get that in. Remembering camber washer first, flat washer second. So we've got them on loose. Next we're going to get the shock absorber bolt in first. Just bring you in a bit so you can see that. So we're going to get this one in first. This goes from the front to the back of the car. It's the long bolt in the set. We'll get a bit of copper grease on this one. Doesn't need loads, just needs a bit, and bump your head at the same time. So, get our bar. You can get it somewhat near. Get that on. So we're going to tighten up our bottom ball joint first and our shock absorber bolt. We'll get them two tightened. Thank you, Bob. So don't need a wobble for that. Everyone's going to say you need torque wrench and this and that, but we do this day in day out. We know when a bolt's tight. If you want to torque them up, look the torque settings up yourself and torque them up, but we're good to go with what we know. 21mm on the back there. Up. This one. You can hold that steady. So we know that's, as we say, FT. Get our torch. Oh, we need a new torch. Bob's just going to get a battery for the torch. I'll show you what I mean by the witness marks on these washers. Right, camera having a funny moment then, so we'll go again. As I was saying, you can see where the witness marks, where the washer's been. So what we're going to do is we're going to line them up the best we can, front and rear. So this one, what we do is we tighten the nut up a bit to start with. So we'll just give that a quick nip up. So we can still move the bolt, but it'll stay where we want it to. So we'll move the back. So we've got that front bit where it needs to be. We'll just check the back. So the back needs to come right down, so what we'll do is we'll actually move the wishbone with the pry bar. Get it there. Need to move it down a touch. Go. And that's where we need to be, so we'll nip that up. This ain't going to be bang on, but it's close enough to get the car to the tracking centre. That one's tight enough, so move round to the back one. You can just see that now. Let's just tie that away. So you can see where this one's been as well. So we'll get this one loosely tightened. So that's roughly where we need to be. Check the back. And that's pretty bang on. So we'll nip this up. Said I'm dropping everything today, it's not stopped. Right, so back two bolts, both tightened, shock absorber, bolts tightened, drop link, bottom ball joints tightened. So we'll get the car dropped down and then we'll get our centre nut tightened back up. So in the bolt kit, we get a new centre nut because you have to knock the tip in. So we'll get that fitted. That's a 32mm socket. Punch and hammer. Let's bring it in. You can just see here, there's a little bit there, you just need to fold it in. Just like that, it stops the centre nut working its way undone. I'm going to get our wheel back on. They're not the lightest wheels. We'll get these nuts running this up with a gun. So that's it, all back together. We will torque these wheel nuts up once the car's dropped back down on the car, and we'll get the car over to ATS or Quick Fit somewhere, get the tracking done, and then give it back to the customer later on today. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, so we can keep these videos coming, and let us know on how you think we did in the comments below. Cheers.